Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about ONTX. If you would like to watch more of these videos, make sure to subscribe and leave notifications on, as well drop a like to this video to help this channel grow. Now I'm going to go through technical analysis, news, what I think about this company as a recommendation for myself, and anything that I could find on this one and how I think it's going to be moving. Now, if you at any point feel you're missing out on any of these technical indicators, you will find a playlist in the description below that explains each of these ones and what they mean. Let's jump right into it. On the 1 month, 1 day perspective, we get to see here something positive. The MACD is curving up and it looks like it might see a bit of a reversal here. That is exciting for us. Now on the ADX, it does support that there is a really strong trend. Now this trend here is a little bit more of a sideways negative trend, so that is not very positive to us, but we'll ignore it a little bit and move on to the 1 hour perspective. But before we're doing so, we're going to look into the Williams percent R. We get to see it sitting at a neutral level here, and momentum seems to be quite down. Now moving on, we get to see here on the moving averages that the stock price is below the 50 SMA. That is a bearish sign, and it is below the 200 SMA. That is another bearish sign. 30 MA is above 10 SMA. That is bearish. But the stock price is expected to trade between the trading action zone sometime next week. Now moving on towards the 1 hour perspective, and I'm going to zoom here quickly, you get to see on the MACD there is an incline here and that looks amazing. On the ADX shows in a sideways trade, and on the Williams percent R looks like it's oversold. Moving averages does not tell us anything as they all seem to be quite touching together. Skipping now to the moving average band, we get to see it's way ahead at 0.60 up on the bottom and 71 at the top. Nothing significant there, it says, other than the price has dropped significantly, and we already know that. Moving on now towards the moving averages, we get to see something as well a little bit different in terms of supports and resistances. Significant resistance at 23 and then followed by 31. Now we're going to do on significant supports and resistances other than the Fibonacci retracements. So right now it's trading in around 19 cents, so we need to look a little bit below there. So 19 cents is around this mark here. So we can get to see here that there is a little bit of support still below. The current support sitting in is at 16 cents, and then below that 14 cents, and below that 13 cents, and then going down to 10 cents. Moving on, we get to see here resistances, such as on the 19 cent, it seems to be a really good resistance there. On the 26 cents, from looking from previously, and on the 27 cents. Now, if we're looking a little bit closer to where we are hitting right now, we get to see that there is one as well on the 21st, one on the 23rd, and then there is one on, we get to see here on the 25th, and there is another one on the 27th, there's the 28th, and there is 29th, and then we're looking at the 30 cents mark. Now moving on towards news. So on the news here, I'm going to go through a little bit of the SEC filings, as well as institutional owners and everything in between. So on the institutional owners here, we don't get to see much playing on for the last week. It seems that there has been some funds added in terms of major like funds, management funds or investor funds. That seems to be positive news for us. Now moving on the 8K form as well, there has been a resignation for one of the members of the directors, and so they are saying that it has no collection between a dispute or a disagreement with the company, and we'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that one. So the pivotal results for Inspire 3 trial, that came in out quite negative. And we get to see here that it did not meet the primary endpoint of the significant improved survival versus best supportive care in high risk for HRMDS. And so that is quite negative here, but they did also mention that while Inspire data did not read out in HRMDS as it is a disappointment, that they plan to learn from the genomics analysis of the Inspire trial to inform the future development of rigosertib. Now that is amazing news, and they look forward to continued expansion of investigation-initiated study programs with oral, basically for phase 1/2A study in KRAS plus lung and in additional solid tumors. So that is amazing news. There's still a little bit of advancements in other programs they have. So for instance, the initiation of the first patient enrollment in phase 1/2A study exploring an oral rigosertib plus nivolumab combination in KRAS. Wow, that is quite off a mouthful. So application submitted for rigosertib to participate in federally funded human studies on COVID-19 diseases based on early stages of preclinical evidence So there is a bit of still news ongoing on there. They did regain compliance back in early August, but that we can as get to see is already gone down. This is the company's website, and so you can go on and try to find things on it. For instance, scientific presentations. I myself, I am an engineer, but I'm no good in terms of interpreting pharmaceuticals or for big pharma or research exact details. 330, basically a little bit of developments on there. For instance, submitting an IND to FDA for clinical developments. Another one here, expansion to investor-initiated study programs for the oral registrator. So that is amazing for us. Going on, we get to see on their presentation that they do have phase 1 stage PD1 checkpoint antibody for the Hanks Biopharmaceutical Partnership. US IND submission anticipated on the 4th quarter of 2020. So it still seems that they're very active. They have a lot of different programs still running in, so that is amazing. Now, another thing here is phase 1 study in China for the second half of 2020. That's still all amazing news. And one of the best things here is sufficient cash to fund ongoing trials on operations for the 4th quarter of 2021. Keep in mind, this presentation is dated September 2020, so it's pretty fresh, and we don't expect an offering. They still have other pipelines other than the one for the Inspire one, so we get to see, for instance, that they have still potential for a lot of different PRs that would be positive to price this action quite up high. So what is my current plan for this one? This one here does get a nice rating from me, even though it had received a massive beating. We're talking about something easily 90-something% down from the above dollar mark. We're trading at 19 cents, very close to 80% down as well. So my expectations for this one is, as I said, as long as it stays above, I would say perhaps the 15-cent mark, it would be a buy for me. It has its risks, so know your own risks. But it looks like on the MACD that it actually might be seeing a reversal sometime in the coming week or the week after. This does get an actual buy for me for a medium term, but it has its risk. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day.